rabbi doing it? West Side. Really? Dog, this is the. Oh, this is. Sucks. 120 days of this shit. No one really knows for sure Eluvei, Elu Divrei, Elohim, Chaim, but this is the Missouri live by. Berkat Adonai, Eloheinu Maglam Asher Kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al Sefrat HaOmer. Blessed you, Hashem, our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us concerning the counting of the Omer. Today is 25 days, which is 3 weeks and 4 days of the Omer. May the merciful one restore unto us the service of the Beit HaMikdash and it to its place, speedily in our days of celebration. But may the merciful one restore unto us the service of the Beit HaMikdash to its place, speedily in our days. Amen. Salah. Oh, I gotta do this bullshit. Alright, so what's that mean? It means today's shit's gonna be longer than normal. Why? Because it sucks. You know, Rabbi, you sure do cuss a lot. Go fuck yourself. JJJ started watching you. Go fuck yourself. Why would you watch me? I'm worst. Chabad timeline of Jewish history. Sick. Oh, are you fucking serious? Oh, fuck. Motherfucker. This is the worst. Fucking shit. This sucks. It ever. Stupid fucking bullshit. Stupid ass fucking internet. Shit. Bullshit. Alright, here's this bullshit. You really? It's the worst. West Side. West Side Park. What is this bullshit? Dude, remind me that no one fucking cares, dog. This is the worst.
With our being taken into exile yet again.
Yo, do the
Jewish
thing
history
again.
spans nearly 6,000 years, beginning with the creation, approximately 4,000 years before the Common Era. It continues through the eras of the patriarchs, the Egyptian bondage, the judges, the First Temple Era, when the kings of Judah and Israel ruled, the Babylonian exile, and the Second Temple Era, which concluded with our being taken into exile yet again by the Romans. Throughout, Torah study and
So what? 3761, creation of the world, Adam and Eve. 3761, creation of the world, birth of Adam and Eve, Chava. 3631, 130, Seth, son of Adam, was born. 3526, 235, Enosh, son of Seth, was born. 3436, 325, Kenan, son of Enosh, was born. 3366, Mahalalel, son of Kenan, was born. Bet that guy sucked. Bet he was the worst. You think you're related to him? I bet we're all fucking related to that douche. Really? I'm related to everybody. Why? Why not? Why the fuck not? Don't suck. Alright, Mahalalel, son of Kenan, was born. No one cares.
Our faith in GD and his promise of redemption were our constant companions, providing the Jewish people with a divine compass through every challenge and change. Which era would you like to jump to?
All of them.
Creation of heaven and earth, and Adam and Eve. The forefathers. Living in Egypt. Traveling through the desert. Judges and early prophets. Kings and the first holy temple. Exile in Babylon. Building of the second holy temple. Greek cultural domination. Kingdom of Judea, dynasty of the Shashmanaim. Roman client kings and rulers, the Herodian dynasty. The Talmudic era, the Mishnah. The Talmudic era, the Gemara. The Rabbanan. The Janim. The early Rishonim, the Crusade massacres. Later Rishonim, persecutions and expulsions. The great scholars of the Shulchan Aruch and Torah consolidation. Early Akaranim and East European massacres. Akaranim and early Hasidim. Later Akaranim and the changing society. The Holocaust. The modern state of Israel. Traveling through the desert. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 1313 2448 The Jewish nation crossed the Red Sea. Minus 1313 2448 The revelation at Mount Sinai and the giving of the Torah. Minus 1313 2448 Moses broke the tablets. Minus 1312 2449 Moshe came down Mount Sinai with the second tablets. Minus 1312 2449 The tabernacle was erected. Minus 1312 2449 The spies returned from Canaan with bad news. Minus 1274 2487 Aharon and Miriam died. Minus 1273 2488 Moses died. Exile in Babylon. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 423 3339 Gedaliah ben Achikam was killed. Minus 421 3340 Daniel interpreted Nebuchadnezzar dream. Minus 410 3352 Ezekiel prophesied about the future by Hamadash. Minus 372 3389 Daniel read the writing on the wall. Minus 372 3389 Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. Minus 371 3390 Zerubbabel led the return to the land of Israel. Minus 373 391 building of second Beit Hamikdash commenced, then halted. Minus 366 3395 Akashverosh II made his great banquet. Minus 362 3399 Esther was taken to the palace. Minus 357 3404 Esther took action against Haman's decree. Minus 355 3406 Mordecai proclaimed the celebration of Purim. Minus 353 3408 building of the second Beit Hamikdash resumed. Minus 349 3412 the second Beit Hamikdash was completed. Greek cultural domination.
I knew this thing was off.
Timeline of Jewish history. Jewish history spans nearly 6,000 years, beginning with the creation.
I always knew, like, there's something weird that. Alright.
Approximately 4,000 years before the Common Era. Creation of heaven and earth, and Adam, and Eve. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 3,761 creation of the world. Birth of Adam and Eve, Chava. Minus 3,631 130 Seth, son of Adam, was born. Minus 3,526 235 Enosh, son of Seth, was born. Minus 3,436 325 Kenan, son of Enosh, was born. Minus 3,366 395 Mehalilel, son of Kenan, was born. Minus 3,301 460 Yer, son of Mehalilel, was born. Minus 3,139 622 Chanuk, son of Yer, was born. Minus 3,074 687 Metushalach, son of Chanuk, was born. Minus 2,887 874 Lemech II, son of Metushalach, was born. Minus 2,831 930 Adam died. Minus 2,705 1,056 Noah, son of Lemech II, was born. Minus 2,225 1,536 Noah began the construction of the ark. Minus 2,205 1,556 Yaphet, son of Noah, was born. Minus 2,204 1,557 Cham, son of Noah, was born. Minus 2,203 1,558 Shem, son of Noah, was born. Minus 2,105 1,656 Metushalach died. Minus 2,105 1,656 The great flood covered the earth. Minus 2,103 1,658 Arpachshad, son of Shem, was born. Minus 2068 1,693 Shalach, son of Arpachshad, born. Minus 2038 1,723 Eber, son of Shalach, was born. Minus 2004 1,757 Peleg, son of Eber, was born. Minus 1974 1,787 Reu, son of Peleg, was born. Minus 1942 1,819 Sirach, son of Reu, was born. Minus 1912 1,849 Nacharai, son of Sirach, was born. Minus 1883 1878 Terah, son of Nachari, was born. The forefathers. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 1813 1948 Abraham, son of Terah, was born. Minus 1803 1958 Sarah, daughter of Haran, was born. Minus 1788 1973 Abraham married Sarah. Minus 1765 1996 dispersion from Babel after building the tower. Minus 1761 2000 Terah left Ur Kasdim with his family. Minus 1755 2006 Noah died. Minus 1743 2018 The Covenant, Brit Bain Habitarim, with Abraham. Minus 1738 2023 Abraham settled in Canaan. Minus 1727 2034 Ishmael, son of Abraham, was born. Minus 1713 2048 Abraham circumcised himself and Ishmael. Minus 1713 2048 Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed. Minus 1713 2048 Isaac, son of Abraham, was born. Minus 1677 2084 The Acta, where Isaac was brought on the altar by Abraham. Minus 1677 2084 Sarah died. Minus 1653 2108 Jacob and Esau were born. Minus 1638 2123 Abraham died. Minus 1603 2158 Shem, son of Noah, died. Minus 1590 2171 Isaac blessed Jacob instead of Esau. Minus 1576 2185 Jacob went to Haran. Minus 1574 2187 Eber, great-grandson of Shem, died. Minus 1569 2192 Jacob married Leah and Rachel. Minus 1566 2195 Levi, son of Jacob and Leah, was born. Minus 1562 2199 Joseph, son of Jacob and Rachel, was born. Minus 1556 2205 Jacob left Haran. Minus 1553 2208 Benjamin was born. Minus 1545 2216 Joseph was sold. Minus 1533 2228 Isaac died. Minus 1532 2229 Joseph became viceroy of Egypt. Minus 1526 2235 Kahat, son of Levi, was born. Minus 1523 2238 Jacob, and his family, went to Egypt. Living in Egypt. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 1506 2255 Jacob died. Minus 1429 2332 after Levi died. The enslavement in Egypt began. Minus 1393 2368 Moses was born. Minus 1355 2406 Joshua was born. Minus 1314 2447 Moses encountered the burning bush. Minus 1313 2448 The Jewish nation left Egypt. Traveling through the desert. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 1313 2448 The Jewish nation crossed the Red Sea. Minus 1313 2448 The revelation at Mount Sinai and the giving of the Torah. Minus 1313 2448 Moses broke the tablets. Minus 1312 2449 Moshe came down Mount Sinai with the second tablets. Minus 1312 2449 The tabernacle was erected. Minus 1312 2449 The spies returned from Canaan with bad news. Minus 1274 2487 Agaron and Miriam died. Minus 1273 2488 Moses died. Judges and early prophets. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 1273 2488 The Jews crossed the Jordan into Canaan. Minus 1258 2503 The appointment of the land of Israel was completed. Minus 1245 2516 Joshua died. Minus 1228 2533 The rule of judges began with Othniel ben Kenaz. Minus 1188 2573 Ehud ben Gera became leader. Minus 1107 2654 Shamgar ben Anath died. Minus 1107 2654 Deborah became leader. Minus 1067 2694 Gideon became leader. Minus 1027 2734 Abimelech, son of Gideon, became leader. Minus 1024 2737 Tola, son of Pua, became leader. Minus 1003 2758 Jadir, the Jalidite. Became leader. Minus 982 2779 Jephthah, Hagil Adi, became leader. Minus 969 2792 Elon, Hazabulonai, became leader. Minus 959 2802 Abdon Ben Hillel became leader. Minus 951 2810 Samson became leader. Minus 931 2830 Eli the Cohen became leader. Minus 907 2854 David was born. Minus 892 2871 Samuel became leader. Kings and the First Holy Temple. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 879 2882 Saul was appointed king. Minus 877 2884 David became king of Judah in Hebron. Minus 869 2892 David became king of Israel in Jerusalem. Minus 837 2924 Solomon became king. Minus 833 2928 The building of the first Beit Hamikdash commenced. Minus 827 2935 The first Beit Hamikdash was completed. Minus 797 2964 Solomon died and his kingdom was divided. Minus 797 2964 Rehoboam, son of Solomon, became king of Judah. Minus 797 2964 Jeroboam ben Nebat became king over Israel. Minus 718 3043 Elijah went up in a chariot of fire. Minus 677 3084 Joash renovated the Beit Hamikdash. Minus 619 3142 Isaiah began his prophecies. Minus 574 3187 The first two of the 10 tribes were exiled. Minus 566 3195 Another two of the 10 tribes were exiled. Minus 562 3199 Hezekiah became king of Judah. Minus 556 3205 The last of the 10 tribes were exiled. Minus 548 3213 Sennacherib invaded the land of Judah and retreated. Minus 533 3228 Manasseh, son of Hezekiah, became king of Judah. Minus 463 3298 Jeremiah began his prophecies. Minus 458 3303 Josiah renovated the Beit Hamikdash. Minus 442 3319 Jerusalem was conquered and Jehoiakim, was exiled. Minus 443 321 Jehoiakim burned the Book of Lamentations composed by Jeremiah. Minus 434 3327 Jerusalem was conquered again and Jehoiakim was exiled. Minus 433 331 Jeremiah persisted in prophesying calamity. Minus 429 3332 Ezekiel prophesied in exile. Minus 425 3336 The final Babylonian siege of Jerusalem. Minus 423 3338 The walls of Jerusalem were penetrated. Minus 423 3338 The sacrifices ceased in the Beit Hamikdash. Minus 423 3338 The first Beit Hamikdash was destroyed. Exile in Babylon. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 423 3339 Gedaliah ben Achikam was killed. Minus 421 3340 Daniel interpreted Nebuchadnezzar dream. Minus 410 3352 Ezekiel prophesied about the future Beit Hamikdash. Minus 372 3389 Daniel read the writing on the wall. Minus 372 3389 Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. Minus 371 3390 Zerubbabel led the return to the land of Israel. Minus 373 391 building of second Beit Hamikdash commenced. Then halted. Minus 366 3395 Akashverosh II made his great banquet. Minus 362 3399 Esther was taken to the palace. Minus 357 3404 Esther took action against Haman's decree. Minus 355 3406 Mordecai proclaimed the celebration of Purim. Minus 353 3408 building of the second Beit Hamikdash resumed. Minus 349 3412 the second Beit Hamikdash was completed. Building of the second Holy Temple. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 348 3413 Ezra led the second return to the land of Israel. Minus 335 3426 Nehemiah returned to rebuild walls of Jerusalem. Minus 313 3448 Ezra died. Minus 313 3448 Simon the Zodic met Alexander the Great. Minus 313 3449 The Minyan Shtaro began. Greek cultural domination. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 273 3488 Simon the Zodic died. Minus 246 3,515 72 elders translated the Torah into Greek, Septuagint. Minus 143,621 The revolt of Mattatyahu the Shashmanai. Kingdom of Judea. Dynasty of the Shashmanaim. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 139 3,622 Judah the Maccabee ruled. Minus 139 3,622 The second Beit Hamikdash was rededicated. Minus 138 3,623 Hanukkah was declared a festival. Minus 133 3,628 Judah the Maccabee was killed in battle. Minus 133 3,628 Yonatan, son of Mattatyahu, ruled. Minus 127 3,634 Shimon, son of Mattatyahu, ruled. Minus 119 3,642 Yohanan Harkanos, son of Shimon, ruled. Minus 93 3,668 Judah Aristobulus, son of Yochanan Harkanos, ruled. Minus 91 3,670 Alexander Yanai, son of Yochanan Harkanos, ruled. Minus 73 3,688 Queen Shalamzion, Salome Alexandra, wife of Alexander Yanai, ruled. Minus 65 3,696 Aristobulus II, son of Alexander Yanai, ruled/td. Minus 61 3,700 The Romans gained control of Judea. Minus 61 3,700 Harkanos II, son of Alexander Yanai, ruled. Minus 43,721 Antigonus, son of Aristobulus II, ruled. Roman client kings and rulers, the Herodian dynasty. Secular year Jewish year event in history. Minus 36 3,725 Herod I ruled. Killing all the Shashmanaim. Minus 33 3,728 Hillel became the leader of the Torah scholars. Minus 19 3,742 Herod I began rebuilding the second Beit Hamikdash. Minus 11 3,750 renovation of the second Beit Hamikdash was completed. 1 3,761 Archelaus, son of Herod I, ruled. 8 3,768 Hillel died. 10 3,770 Archelaus was deposed by the Roman emperor. 21 3,781 Agrippa I, grandson of Herod I, ruled. 28 3,788 The Sanhedrin moved from the second Beit Hamikdash. 44 3,804 Agrippa II, son of Agrippa I, ruled. 53,810 Rabban Gamliel I, son of Shimon, grandson of Hillel, died. 66 3,826 Vespasian arrived in Judea to reassert Roman authority. 69 3,829 The second Beit Hamikdash was destroyed. The Talmudic era. The Mishnah. Secular year Jewish year event in history. 74 3,834 Ar Yohanan ben Zakkai died. 86 3,846 The Sanhedrin moved from place to place, under Ar Gamliel II. 133 3,893 Bader fell, and the Bar Kokhba revolt ended in tragedy. 134 3,894 Judaism was banned, and Ar Akiva was imprisoned. 189 3,949 Ar Judah Hanasi completed the Mishnah around this time. The Talmudic era. The Gemara. Secular year Jewish year event in history. 219 3,979 Rab left the land of Israel and settled in Babylonia. 247 4007 Shmuel was the Talmudic authority in Babylonia. 254 4014 Ar Yohanan was the leading Talmudic authority. 294 050 Ar Huna was the leading Talmudic authority. 298 4058 Ar Yehuda was the leading Talmudic authority. 304 060 Ar Kista was the leading Talmudic authority. 309 4069 Rabba was the leading Talmudic authority. 321 4081 Ar Yosef was the leading Talmudic authority. 325 4085 Ababi was the leading Talmudic authority. 338 4098 Rabba was the leading Talmudic authority. 359 4119 Hillel II, who established the calendar, became Nasi. 392 4152 Ar Eshi was the leading Talmudic authority. 427 4187 Ar Eshi died. Annihilation of the Gemara, and 75 4230 the Talmud was complete when Rabbina II died. The Rabbinan, 614 4374 The Persians conquered the land of Israel. 614 4374 The Jews were allowed to return to Jerusalem. 629 4389 The Byzantine Empire reconquered the land of Israel. 636 4396 Ar Itzhak was the last Jayon of Nehardeh, virus Shiver. 637 4397 The Arabs conquered the land of Israel. 645 4405 One of the Takanah Hajanim was enacted at this time. 755 4515 Arak Jayon left Iraq for the land of Israel. 759 4519 Ar Yehuda became Jayon of Surah. 759 4519 Ahalachat Idalat, B.A. was written at this time. 788 4,408 and the Ranim was added. 188 4618 Aramrum, who wrote the Siddur, became Jayon of Surah. 928 4688 Rabbi Anusayadiah was appointed Jayon of Surah. 955 4715 Four captives were ransomed at around this time. 968 4728 Arshero became Jayon of Pumbedita. 997 4757 Arhai became, the last, Jayon of Pumbedita. 1038 4798 Arhai died. And the academies of Babylon declined. The early Rishonim, the Crusade massacres. Secular year Jewish year event in history. 1044,800 Rabbi Anujersim Meir Hagolah died. 1088 4848 The Rif arrived in Spain from Morocco. 1096 4856 The Crusaders destroyed Jewish communities. 1099 4859 Jerusalem was captured by the Crusaders. 1103 4863 The Rif died. 1105 4865 Rashi died. And the era of the Tosafot began. 1135 4895 The Rambam, Maimonides, was born. 1144 4904 The first, recorded, blood libel took place. 1147 4907 The Crusaders attacked Jewish communities. 1147 4907 Rabbi Anotam was captured by the Crusaders. 1148 4908 The Rambams and the Radak's families left Cordova. 1165 4925 The Rambam visited the land of Israel. 1171 4931 Rabbi Anotam died. 1175 4935 The Rashbam died. 1184 4944 The young son of the Ri was killed. 1187 4948 Jews were allowed to return to Jerusalem. 1189 4949 Ar Yaakov d'Orleans was killed in London. 1190 4950 Jews were massacred in England in the Third Crusade. 1191 4951 Rabbi David Kimchi, known as the Radak, wrote his commentary. 1194 4954 The Ramban, Nachmanides, was born. 1198 4959 The Arayavid died. 1204 4965 The Rambam died. 1236 4996 Rampaging mobs massacred Jews in France. 1242 5002 A massive burning of the Talmud took place in Paris. 1244 5004 Jerusalem was sacked by Egyptians and Turks. 1252 5012 The Inquisition began to use torture. 1286 5046 The Maher Amir Rothenberg was imprisoned. 1295 new works advanced the study of Kabbalah. 1295 The era of the Tosafot concluded at around this time. Later Rishonim. Persecutions and expulsions. Secular year Jewish year event in history. 1295 All Jews were expelled from England. 1293 5053 The Maher Amir Rothenberg died in prison. 1298 5058 The Rheinfleisch massacres began. 1298 5058 The author of the Mordecai and Haggahat Maimoniyot were killed. 1305 5065 The Rashba placed a limited ban on philosophy. 1305 5065 The Rosh and his son, the Tur, arrived in Spain. 1306 5066 All Jews were expelled from France. 1310 5070 The Rashba died. 1325 5080 Jews were massacred by the Posteros Crusaders. 1327 5088 The Rosh died. 1336 5096 Jews of Germany were massacred by the armed letter bands. 1338 5098 The Ralbag wrote his commentary on the Bible. 1349 5109 The Black Death massacres swept across Europe. 1,367 5,127 Iran. Ribish and other scholars in Spain were imprisoned. 1,391 5,151 Jews of Spain were massacred. Many were forced to convert. 1,391 5,151 The Ribish and Rashbats left Spain. 1,394 5,155 The final expulsion of Jews from France. 1,413 5,173 Joseph Albo was in a forced debate with Christians. 1,421 5,181 Jews in Austria were massacred in the Wiener Gezira. 1,475 5,235 The invention of printing was used for Jewish books. 1,481 5,241 The Inquisition was established in Spain. 1,488 5,248 Obadiah de Bertinora settled in Jerusalem. 1,491 5,251 Columbus consulted Abraham Zacuto for his travels. 1,492 5,252 All Jews were expelled from Spain and Sicily. The great scholars of the Shul, Chan Aruch and Torah Consolidation. Secular year Jewish year event in history. 1,493 5,253 Itzhak Abarbanel arrived in Naples from Spain. 1,496 5,257 All Jews were expelled from Portugal. 1,516 5,276 The Ein Yaakov was printed. 1,516 5,276 The Turks, Ottoman Empire, conquered Eretz Yisrael. 1,525 5,285 Yosef Yasselman saved many Jews during the Peasants' War. 1,553 5,314 A mass burning of Jewish books took place in Rome. 1,563 5,323 The Shul Chan Aruch was completed by Yosef Karo. 1,575 5,330 The Shul Chan Aruch was published with supplements of Rama. 1,572 5,332 The Arizal died in Tzfat. 1,573 5,333 The Maharal came to Prague. 1,573 5,334 The Maharshal died. 1,575 5,335 Yosef Karo died in Safed. 1,599 5,359 The Maharal returned to Prague again. 1,614 5,374 The Maharsha became rabbi in Lublin. 1,616 5,377 The Tosafot Yom Tov commentary was concluded. 1,621 5,382 The Shallow arrived in the land of Israel. 1,629 5,389 Yom Tov Ben Hela. 1,645,400 Yoel Sirks. The Bach died. 1,646 5,406 The Shach and Taz, on Shul Chan Aruch, were printed. 1,648 5,408 Jews were massacred by Shmuel Naki's forces. Early Akaranim and East European massacre. Secular year Jewish year event in history. 1,604 were permitted to live in England. 1,656 5,416 Baruch Spinoza was excommunicated. 1,673 5,433 The Magen Avraham, on Shul Chan Aruch, was completed. 1,676 5,437 Shabtai Tzvi died as a Muslim. 1,689 5,449 The Beit Shmuel, on the Shul Chan Aruch, was printed. 1,698 5,458 The Baal Shem Tov was born. 1,702 5,463 The Nehemiah Yahushua's family was killed in an explosion. 1,712 5,472 The Sittei Chachamim was arrested. 1,724 5,484 Yaakov Kulai, Miam Loizi, arrived in Constantinople. 1,727 5,487 The Mishnah Elimelech died. 1,734 5,494 Jews were massacred by the Haidamach bands. Akaranim and early Hasidim. Secular year Jewish year event in history. 1,741 5,501 Or Hashayim arrived in the land of Israel. 1,747 5,507 Moshe Chaim Luzito, Runkle, died in Akko, Acre. 1,750 5,510 Jonathan A. Beskutz became rabbi in Hamburg. 1,754 5,515 Yechezkel Landau, known as the Noda by Yehuda, became rabbi in Prague. 1,757 5,518 The Frankists instigated mass burnings of the Talmud. 1,700 5,519 Frankists supported blood libel charges in public debate. 1,765,520 The Baal Shem Tov died. 1,764 5,524 The Council of Four Lands, known as the Bayat Arba Erzot, was discontinued. 1,768 5,528 Despite resistance. The Haidamax massacre thousands. 1,772 5,532 The Maggid of Maziritz died. 1,782 5,542 R. N. Adler and Chatham Sofer visited the Noda by Yehuda. 1,786 5,546 R. Elimelech of Lizant died. 1,791 5,551 The Pale of Settlement was established in Russia. 1,793 5,553 Jews suffered in Reign of Terror of French Revolution. 1,797 5,558 The Vilna Gaon died. 1,798 5,559 The Bal Hadanya was released from first imprisonment. 1,799 5,559 Napoleon led an army expedition through the land of Israel. 1,806 5,566 The Judah, Arhaim Yosef David Ajalai, died. 1,806 5,566 The Chatham Sofer became rabbi in Prespig. 1,809 5,570 R. Levi Yitzhak of Berdijek died. 1,810 5,571 R. Nachman of Breslov died. 1,814 5,574 R. Akiva Eger became rabbi in Posen. 1,814 5,575 Koznitzer Maggid and Yehudi of Petshizka. Both died. 1,815 5,575 Joseph of Lublin and R. Mendel of Rimano both died. 1,819 5,579 anti-Jewish riots spread throughout Germany. 1,827 5,587 Russia began conscripting Jewish children to the army. 1,845,600 R. Yisrael of Ruzin was released from imprisonment. Later a Karanim and the Changing Society. Secular Year Jewish Year event in history. 1,843 5,603 The Tzemach Tzedek of Lubavitch was repeatedly arrested in Russia. 1,846 5,606 Sir Moshe Montefiore visited Russia to help local Jews. 1,848 5,609 R. Yisrael Salander left Vilna. 1,851 5,611 R. Shimshon Raphael Hirsch became rabbi in Frankfurt am Main. 1,859 5,619 R. Menachem Mendel of Kotsk died. 1,864 5,624 The Malbim was imprisoned, and then expelled from Romania. 1,866 5,626 Judashe Haram, Tiferet Shlomo, and Tzemach Tzedek died. 1,873 5,633 The Chafetz Chaim was published. 1,874 5,634 The Minchat Chinook died. 1,878 5,638 Petah agricultural settlement was established. 1,881 5,641 Many Jews began leaving Russia after a wave of pogroms. 1,886 5,646 R. Shlomo Gans Fried, author of Kietzer Shulchan Aruch, died. 1,892 5,652 R. Haim Brisker became rabbi in Brisk. 1905 5,665 The Sfat Emet died. 1905 5,665 Many Jews were killed in official Russian pogroms. 1911 5,671 Chazanish was published. 1914 5,674 Over 500,000 Jewish soldiers fought in World War I. 1918 5,678 Over 60,000 Jews were killed during the Russian Revolution. 1923 5,684 The Daf Hayomi study cycle commenced. 1927 5,687 The 6th Lubavitcher Rebbe was released from Soviet prison. 1938 5,699 Jews were attacked in the Kristallnacht pogroms in Germany. The Holocaust. Secular Year Jewish Year event in history. 1939 5,699 Germany started World War II. And mass killing of Jews. 1941 5,701 Nazi Germany unexpectedly invaded Russia. 1941 5,701 200,000 Jews were killed at Babi Yar and Ponary. 1942 5,702 400,000 Jews of Warsaw were sent to death camps. 1943 5,703 Nazi Germany experienced massive losses in the Battle of Stalingrad. 1943 5,703 The remaining Jews in Warsaw staged a massive uprising. 1943 5,703 Jewish uprisings at Treblinka, Sobibor, and Bialystok. 1943 5,703 The Danish people quietly rescued 93% of their Jews to safety. 1944 5,704 300,000 Hungarian Jews were killed in 3 months. 1944 5705 uprising in Auschwitz death camp just before freedom. 1945 5705 Nazi Germany was conquered. And World War II ended. 1945 5705 6 million Jews were killed by the Nazis during the war. The modern state of Israel. Secular year Jewish year event in history. 1947 5707 publication of the Talmud Encyclopedia was commenced. 1947 5708 the United Nations divided Israel. 1947 5708 Arabs attacked Israel to gain territory. 1948 5708 the State of Israel was established. 1948 5708 Israel was invaded by many Arab countries. 1949 5709 the War of Independence in Israel ended. 1955 5710 all Jews left the ancient Jewish community of Iraq. 1955 5710 almost all Jews of Yemen emigrated to Israel. 1951 5711 the Lubavitcher Rebbe accepts the mantle of leadership. 1956 5717 Jewish forces invaded Egypt and conquered the Sinai Desert. 1967 5727 the Lubavitcher Rebbe established the Tefillin campaign. 1967 5727 Jerusalem reunited under Jewish rule in the Six-Day War. 1973 5734 2,500 Jewish soldiers were killed in the Yom Kippur War. 1974 5734 the Lubavitcher Rebbe established the Shabbat Candle campaign. 1982 5742 massive enemy arsenals were discovered in Lebanon. 1987 5746 the first international conference of Chabad Lubavitch emissaries. 1993 5753 a secret agreement signed in Oslo. 1994 5754 the Lubavitcher Rebbe passed away. 2008 5767 deadly terrorist attack at the Chabad house in Mumbai. India, kill 6. 2020 5780 Israel signed Abraham Accords, normalizing relations with UAE and Bahrain, soon followed by Sudan and Morocco.
I'm Dr. Justin Sledge, and welcome to Esoterica, where we explore the arcane in history, philosophy, and religion. One of the most difficult aspects in starting to study Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah is getting a handle on just how those ideas developed over time. It's tempting to think that, for instance, Kabbalah has just always existed in the form that we have it, or that Kabbalah is just one thing at all. Of course, neither of these positions is really tenable. Such notions developed greatly through the ages and are still developing. And there are now, and there have always been, numerous mutually exclusive schools of Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah. This class is meant to serve as an introduction to Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah from the point of view of its incredibly complex development from the prophets of ancient Israel and to the rise of modern Hasidism in the 18th century. Of course, this series isn't meant to be exhaustive by any means, but only should serve as a springboard for deeper study and reflection, and hopefully it will also enable you to situate developments in Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah in their historical and cultural context, and hopefully embolden you episode to dive into the primary texts, which are admittedly as sublime as they are obscure. Let me express my gratitude to Congregation Tchia for allowing me to use these lectures to reach a larger audience here on Esoterica. If you want, you can find the entire series under the playlist Entering the Garden, an Introduction to Jewish Mysticism and Kabbalah. I'll be uploading them over the next few weeks, or if you find these episodes after autumn of 2021 and you want to watch the entire series, you can find them in that playlist. If you find this series on Kabbalah interesting, I hope you check out my other content on holy topics in occultism, hermetic philosophy by joining my Patreon or perhaps with a one-time donation. You can find below